Hi guys. Today we're going to look at finding the surface area of cylinders. So a cylinder is made of two circles and this sidewall area or the lateral surface. So before we get into the cylinders, let's just review what we know about circles. So remember, a circle is a set of points that are all equal distance from a center point. And our circles have special characteristics. So the radius of a circle is any line drawn from the center to any of those points on the edge of the circle. The radius goes halfway across the circle. And then the diameter is a line that goes all the way across the circle, passing through the center. So you can see that two radii make up the diameter. And the circumference would be the perimeter of the circle or the distance around it. And that brings us to another special characteristic of circles. If we were to measure around any circle and then measure across the circle through the center to find the diameter, and if we were then to divide the circumference by the diameter, we get this magic number every time. And you may remember that magic number is pi. And pi is an irrational number. It doesn't repeat in a pattern, and it doesn't ever end. It just goes on and on and on. And so because of that characteristic, we often use an approximate value for pi, and we often use 3.14 as our value for pi, rounding it to 2 decimal places. Well, remembering that value there, we could find the circumference if we had the diameter of any circle by multiplying pi times the diameter of the circle. That will give us the distance around it. And if we wanted to find the area, or the amount of space that's covered by a circle, we could use pi for that as well. So in this case, we take pi and times it by the radius squared to find out how much space the circle covers. Now remember that radius squared doesn't mean radius times 2. That would be a diameter. Radius squared means radius times radius. So to get the area of any circle, we do pi times radius, or pi r squared. So we'll need to make use of all of this knowledge of circles when we find the surface area of a cylinder. Let's try our first one. So as we said before, a cylinder is made up of two circles and this sidewall or lateral surface. So we could pull the top circle out like this to help us find the area. And then we've got a circle just like it on the bottom of the cylinder. And then that leaves us with that sidewall or tube. And if we were to cut down the side of the tube, it would help us to find the area because we need to lay this shape out flat to kind of see it in 2 dimensions. So if we were to cut that down the side and unroll it, we'd see that it gives us a rectangle. And so then our cylinder in the end is made up of 2 equal circles and a rectangle that forms the tube of the cylinder. So now let's just remember that this rectangle is the tube laid flat. And let's see if we could find the surface area of this cylinder. So that'd be like figuring out how much paint covers the outside of the cylinder. So one thing that's nice to remember is that the radius is halfway across and the diameter is all the way across through the center. And so I like to put both those measurements down sometimes when I'm finding the area of the cylinder. And this rectangle has a couple of mysterious measurements. So we could see that the height of the cylinder is the same as this height or width of the cylinder. So 5 centimeters here. But this distance is a bit of a mystery. There's nothing up here labeling that. But if we remember that this top edge of the rectangle used to be wrapped right around the circle, then we can remember that, hey, that's actually the circumference of the circle, and we know how to find that. So that circumference of the circle is the same as this distance right here. So let's remember, how do we find the circumference? Well, C equals pi d, or pi times diameter. So then our diameter is 8. So we'll use 3.14 for this one. So 3.14 times 8 gives us 25.12. So now we've got the width of our rectangle as well as the length. Now that we've got all of these different dimensions labeled, let's find the area. So we have these two circles and they're exactly the same. So to find the area of one circle, we're going to do pi r squared. And remember, that's radius times radius. So we can use 3.14 for this one, times radius squared. So let's remember to use the radius, not the diameter. So times 4 squared. Now, order of operations tells us to do exponents first. So 4 squared is 4 times 4, or 16. And now we're going to times that by 3.14. And 3.14 times 16 is 50.24. Now that's the area of one circle. Now remember, we said we have two equal circles, so we can simply times this area by 2 to have both of these circles taken care of. So that's going to be 100.48, or 148 hundredths. All right, so we've got our two circles taken care of for area. And now we just need the area of the rectangle. And of course, the area of a rectangle is just length times width. So in this case, the length happens to be the circumference, and the width happens to be the height of the cylinder. And so really what we can do for this surface is think of it as the area of this special rectangle would be pi d, gives us the length of the rectangle, and the height of the cylinder would give us the width of the rectangle. And so area for this rectangle actually is area equals pi dh, or in this case we've already done pi d as 25.12 and h is 5. So if we multiply 25.12 times 5, we get 125.6. So 3.14 times 8, the diameter, times 5 gives us 125.6. All right, so we have our two circles here and our rectangle here. And now to find the total surface area, we're just going to add those two together. So 100.48 plus 125.6 gives us a surface area of 226.08, and since it's area or surface area, it's going to be in square centimeters. And that's how we find the surface area of a cylinder. Two identical circles plus the side of the tube or the lateral surface, which is found by doing pi d times h.